So, here I am playing the new update. These aren't my first games. I've already played a good amount of games before these few games. But I'm gonna be showing you guys 4 matches. 2 matches from this one guy and 2 matches from another guy. And these first 2 matches highlight one issue, and then the next 2 matches highlight another issue. But suffice to say, in these first 2 matches, there's a health glitch. You'll notice eventually my Gohan comes in with full health and his Bardock comes in with full health, so that's weird. In the second match, it's more of a gameplay issue. I think it's too easy to be passive now. But yeah, Z-Burst dashing now costs 2 key bars. They added the new thing, the quick dashing, which I don't think quick dashing is a very great offensive tool. It's a great tool to close the distance. But yeah, Z-Burst dashing is a great pressuring tool to stop people from switching. And quick dashing is just a great tool to close the distance, but it's not very safe. Not from the games I've played. I've been sidestepped. I've been punished for doing quick dashing. So quick dashing is great just to close the distance, but if you get too close to them, it could get dangerous. But my opponent, as you can see, is playing Kefla. As you can see, I have a different way of resetting my combos now. I mean, I've already known this way of resetting combos. I've just never done it because it's easily vanishable. So it's not as safe as the Z-Burst dash reset that I used to do. But of course I can't do that anymore because it costs 2 damn key bars to do it, so not worth it. But the combo system feels nice now. The reason being is the longer your combo goes on for, the quicker your charge attacks charge. That includes rush chains. In the patch notes, they only said smash attacks, but it includes your rush chains as well. So there is a inherent stagger mechanic now. So if you do a charged attack in the beginning of your combo, it will be slower than towards the end of your combo. So now it's easier to deal finishing blows through the combos. So that's a nice change. You can also see here they changed Vanish Wars. Vanish Wars go by much quicker and they cost half a key bar. As the Vanish War goes on, it'll just go quicker and quicker. I have yet to get into a Vanish War from full key or in sparking mode, so that'll be interesting to see when I do get that. But he's using Small Roshi, which is interesting because After Image Strike was nerfed. Nerfing After Image Strike is bad for these characters, the low DP characters, because that's basically all they really had. The nerf was really good for Vegito, people who are tired of Vegito, but for these characters who could die in like 1 or 2 combos, yeah, now they're kind of not viable at all. I feel like they were kind of fading away from the meta anyway. I barely saw Videl, Pan, Skinny Roshi towards the end of the this update, before this update I should say. And yeah, because people just figured that After Image Strike is just not enough for those characters. At least those characters, they just die too quickly. They need After Image Strike to survive. So now that they nerfed it, it's just I think we're not gonna see those characters anymore. We're gonna see a brand new meta. And it's gonna take a little while to develop.
Let's go beyond.
I will say I think I was wrong for what I said yesterday. Androids being weaker because Z-Burst dashing costs 2 key bars now. I think androids are even stronger now, and you'll see in the next match. The reason why I want to show this game is because there's a glitch with the health bars. The switching mechanic is like, or the health regen mechanic is like broken right now. There's one point where my Gohan comes in with full health. And I think his Bardock also comes in with full health. I'm not sure if his Bardock was damaged earlier.
You're in my way. What's wrong?
Yeah, you can see the Vanish War starting to gets really intense towards the end. But that's good for like the flow, not the flow of the game, but how the game goes, because how do I say this? It doesn't stall the game out basically, because I'd say like 30% of the game before this update was Vanish Wars. Now it's like maybe a solid 5%, because the Vanish Wars go by so quickly now. So that's a great change. I'm very happy with that. A lot of people were saying that because the Vanish Wars were inherently nerfed, there will not be as much skill points being built or farmed. Which, as you can see, he could still manage to farm skill points. I still get skill points, a lot of skill points. So skill points are still easy to build, and I think it should stay that way, because we should be using our skills quite often. It just becomes an issue when certain skills are really strong.
With me. Take this!
I can. It's my turn now, guys. I'll do my best.
Why did Gohan come out with full health?
What's wrong?
A little less than half health. So that's like a game-breaking glitch, and in less than an hour, I see that happening. So it's like, I don't think Bandai has a quality control team, because if they just played the game a little bit, they would have found this glitch and fixed it. And look, his Bardock comes in with full health as well,
Is that all you got?
which I mentioned earlier. His Bardock came in with full health as well. So that's fair.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I said it's fair because my Gohan came in with full health, and then his Bardock comes in with full health, so it's whatever.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, I'm not sure what's causing that. It's very weird. They're definitely gonna have to release an emergency update to fix that, because that's very, very bad. Okay, go for the rematch. My camera is out of
Get
focus.
started.
Come on! Let's see if you've got what it takes.
But I think my least favorite thing about this update is Zebra stashing costing 2 key bars. It's because like that's the main way of pressuring someone. It is very easy to disengage from someone now, and then you can't really do much about it.
How'd you like that?
Gotta focus.
I got this! I'm just getting warmed up. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Okay, he transforms.
Get a load of this!
Yeah, I can't. This is the only way I could approach, is just slowly walk him down with ki blasts. Maybe I just need to charge my ki more often, but then it's very easy to disrupt my ki charge. Yeah, I think the best way to close distance now would be to just throw a charged ki blast and then switch your character, and then your character will do a follow-up attack and that'll close the distance. So it'll be like a minimal ki approach to closing the distance. But I think I said earlier that the quick dash is just, it's not very safe. Most times I used it, maybe I'm not using it correctly, but most time I used it, I got sidestepped, I got opened up. It's good to close the distance, but if you get really close to them, that's not good. Should just use it to only close the distance and then try to open them up from there. I don't see it as an offensive tool. Or maybe it is. You guys would have to let me know if you guys have played already and tried it out.
Is that all you got?
With the Vanish Wars costing more ki, that inadvertently buffs super counters. Now you don't need to get like freaking 5 super counters in a row to gain key advantage. You can just get 1 or 2 because each vanish and a vanish word costs half a key bar now. So if he has a full key bar on you, you would need 2 super counters, whereas before you needed 4. And getting 2 super counters in a row is not that difficult. I think there was one time I got 10 super counters in a row, and that still was not enough to to overcome the deficit. So now with this update, I think 10 super counters will be enough. To be fair, I think that time I got 10 in a row wasn't some guy, he was in sparking mode. Because you still do get passive key regeneration during super counters. Alright, I bring out Gohan and Videl, like I always do. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose, it's just a good matchup. You know, like a match made in heaven, that's why. Nice, he super countered my super counter. And I failed there. Oh, he super counters my super counter again. I revenge counter him. I down his character. Like I said earlier, they changed how the combo system works, and now it's kind of easier to deal the finishing blow when they're in kill range. Although it is a little easier to mess up your combos too now, because like, I don't know how to verbalize this, but the charge attacks become like more sensitive, so to say. So if you press your buttons quick, it might input it as a charge, and then you'll do like a soft charged attack, and that can mess up your combo, which happened to me a lot in BT3. But now that they implemented this mechanic where charge attacks become quicker, more easily charged, more quickly charged as your combo goes on, yeah, you could easily mess up. But yeah, the gameplay in these 2 matches, it's not bad, you know? It's regular gameplay. I just showed these 2 matches to show the health bar glitch, which is like basically game breaking. So I'm really hoping they release an emergency patch or an emergency update, and maybe even include a few things in that emergency update. He hits me with the Mafuba. Now this is funny. I get a follow-up attack on that. Probably because it damages him, and the game registers it as I did damage to him when technically I didn't. He damaged himself. But I get a follow-up on the tag because I guess it registers as I did the damage.
I don't think so.
Which, what I'm talking about is Master Roshi's ultimate damages himself when you use it. And I use Solar Flare for some reason. I think I meant to use Explosive Wave. Hercule is such a funny character.
No way, that doesn't.
I use a revenge counter. I think characters that start with more than 2 key bars are going to be even stronger now, because they get a free Z-Burst dash. Well, not a free Z-Burst dash, but they could Z-burst dash and still have leftover ki. Whereas other characters, they'll have to charge if they want that. So androids are going to be even stronger now, which is going to be crazy.
My work is never done. Always gonna be.
And speaking of androids, this player I play against now in the second game is using an android, and you'll see how it's so strong and why it's so strong now, and how wrong I was.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Now you've got
His name is Run the Set, and I said, okay, I will. Spoiler, I don't, because I do not like the way this guy plays, and it made me realize that the mechanics of this game encourage this kind of playstyle. Because I played a few games, well, not a few, I played a good amount of games before these 2 games I showed, and yeah, I felt this playstyle. It was very, very passive, very easy to just disengage. And then you can't really do much, and nor can the opponent do much because it costs so much to close the distance with the Z-burst dash. And it's just the quick dash is not good, because then the opponent could just use that time to charge ki or even just switch their character. Right? The Z-burst dash was the best way to close distance and keep up pressure.
What's wrong?
But here I am, keeping the pressure up on him. Many people would probably just take the opportunity to charge their ki when they knock someone back, but I'll use the lightning strike attack to keep up my pressure. I don't need to Z-burst dash in that moment, in that instance. But here's Android 17 with a full, nearly full ki gauge. Here, he could do 2 Z-burst dashes. For me, I could only do 1. And like, going from 1 to 2 doesn't sound like much. Going from 1 ki bar to 2 ki bar doesn't sound like much, but you have to think of the significance of the number, right? 2 is twice as much as 1. Before, with a full ki gauge, you could do 5 Z-burst dashes. Now you can only do 2, and that changes the pace of the game massively. You can see I'm starting to take advantage of sidestepping a lot more now, because they did buff sidestepping. So now there's a... Sidestepping was a good tool to open someone up before, but now it's an even stronger tool. And you can see how strong Roshi is, because I was able to spawn in with 1 Z-burst dash and throw a ki blast, because I have round start 3 ki bars with Roshi. This combo was weird. I mean, it's just chipping me down. It's not really doing much damage. I should really be vanishing all of that though. So, yeah. That combo took forever. And it just really, I don't think it did like 10,000 damage.
My turn now, guys.
As you can see, I have a new way of resetting my combos now, because the Z-burst dash is not very viable. So I just do a dragon dash to the side and then a short dash to the side again, and then I'll be able to take their back. Of course, I could just do a sidestep and take their back, but I do like the extra damage that gets tacked on from that attack. That's why I always did the Z-burst dash reset, you know? Because the Z-burst dash attack did like, what, 1200 damage, and that builds up. That racks up a lot of damage. But you can see now, he's starting to play the passive game. He just disengages, and it's so easy to disengage now. Okay, he approached me with the quick dash. And then he quickly backs away because he doesn't feel safe. Now, I don't know if I should have been able to punish him there. But I don't know if it was the iframes from sidestepping or I was just too slow for the punish. Yeah, I still gotta get used to how the Vanish Wars work. Nice Vanish by him. Another nice Vanish. And that's why I knew about the reset I'm doing, but I never really did it because it's vanishable. And before, when Z-Burst dashing costed 1 key bar, like, I could afford to use 1 key bar. I would gain it back from comboing my opponent. But look at this. Android 17, full key gauge. Insane. Like, with having made Z-Burst dashing cost more resources, it's just that much more important to charge your key. And then the perpetual key gain that androids have just becomes stronger. So I don't know what I was thinking yesterday when I said androids might be inadvertently nerfed by that. When, if you think about it, anything that costs resources, androids do it best. Well, not costs key. Anything that costs key, androids do it best. I realize he's trying to stall me out because it's so easy to stall people out now with how with the pressuring tools taken away. So I transform to SS2 to try and get as much damage as I can. And yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. But I was already in the winning position, and I win the timeout game. This the mechanics reward a very passive playstyle. Yeah, as you heard me say, I said the mechanics reward a passive playstyle. It punishes playstyles like mine. So I have to play a little more passively, charge my key, save up my key, and choose a good time to Z-Burst dash. Or maybe not even Z-Burst dash, but just like slowly approach and then have the key advantage. But you could see even here, like the approach is so passive. You guys seen my videos, of course. Like you could just compare how different the approach is in the beginning of the game now, because Z-Burst dashing costs 2 key bars. He just took a risk. Now it's a risk to do a Z-Burst dash. But lucky for him, I don't open him up because of it. Uses a full power charge. Full power charge is probably going to be even more powerful now. It was already powerful before the patch. But now with things costing more key, it could be even more crucial to have full power charge. This guy's pretty good at vanishing. Look at me just spam the sidestep. Nice block. He's been I've been going for the low attacks and he keeps blocking me, and I've yet to adapt to it. So very bad plays on my part. But you could see I was able to switch there because he can't pressure me. So it's so easy to disengage. It is very easy to disengage. And I think that's going to be a major issue. Anybody who hates stalling, anybody who complains about 5-character teams, the lack of Z-Burst dashing only makes that a lot stronger. Yeah, this is probably the most amount of key I've charged in all of my videos. And I'm still not really even charging my ki because it's not even a habit of mine. I have to make it a habit now.
Observe a master at work.
I don't know if I mentioned this already, but the best way to close the distance now while saving a lot of ki is probably just throw a charged ki blast and then switch your character, and then the character you switch in will follow up for you and close the distance. Yeah, and I keep going for the low attack, even though I know he's blocking it. Very dumb on my part. I go for it again. I don't know why I keep going for it. Okay, use full power charge. He just spent 2 ki bars for me to super perception him. And this is the issue with making things like something like such an important tool to close distance and pressure, like Z-burst dashing. This is the thing with making it cost so much, is that now it's even more risky to do it. It was already pretty risky to do it before, but since it only costed 1 ki bar, it wasn't a big deal. Now that it costs literally twice as much, a lot of people I play against, including this guy, are very scared to Z-burst dash. Including me. I'm very hesitant. I think about it, and it just causes the pace of the game to be very passive. And here we are. We don't really have an approach. So he just switches. I do not like this.
Keep on trying. You fell into my trap.
My ki and save my ki up. And that's exactly what I try to do, but against androids it's very annoying. They could just pester you with ki blasts, make sure you don't charge ki, and then they'll have a perpetual ki gain over you. So androids have a massive advantage over you because of these changes to Z-burst dashing. You can't really pressure them, and they can just play the distance game really, really well, like this. And then he could switch because I can't save the ki up to do a Z-burst dash and pressure him. Here, I tried to do it. I have to play passively when I Z-burst dash at them because it's just risky. He Z-burst dashes at me. Quite risky for him as well. And it just encourages very passive play. Because if you make the approach mechanic, which is Z-burst dashing, risky, then it's just like, okay, I don't want to do it. And the risk is I waste 2 ki bars and I could get opened up. Stop running away? Jeez. And you can hear me get frustrated because he's just running away. He's just backing away. But it's because it's just so easy to disengage. It's very easy to disengage. I can't do anything about it either. I don't have 2 ki bars to do a Z-burst dash at him. And the quick dash mechanic is not good for pressuring. It's good for closing distance, but it's not a pressure tool. Or at least it doesn't feel like it's good for pressuring. Because I think I said earlier, I've used it and I've been opened up. It's good for quickly closing distance, but from there, but even in the middle of doing it, that's when they could just charge up and have ki advantage over you, or just simply switch their character. And I think stalling will be even more prevalent now because of these changes. So people who hated stalling, it's way more prevalent. You can see he was running away. He thought he was winning.
I'm stronger than I seem, right?
I'm not gonna run this set with someone who plays like this. Oh my gosh, and I gained 0 points. Yeah, he was running away when I was winning, so he didn't realize that, I guess. But for most of the game, he was just backing away and disengaging, and it's just like, I can't really blame him. It's just it's too easy to disengage, and it's too persuading to do so, because he himself didn't have enough ki to do a Z-burst dash. I didn't have enough ki to do a Z-burst dash. He doesn't want me to charge ki, so he throws ki blast at me, wasting more ki, and then I do the same thing, wasting more ki. So it's at this point, it's probably best if people just agree, hey, we're gonna charge ki here. I don't know. I think I'll just have to get used to the updates and then go from there. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I am quite neutral about it so far. Yeah, I do think the combo system is a little better, but how great can the combo system be if you can't even approach your opponent?